One of the things that I love the most about this industry is that you learn something new every single day and that you are in constant contact with your partner. So the combination of both of things are incredibly great for me.
I felt very attracted to the idea of improving the way we communicate and exchange information globally. I grew up apart from my family, so I used to mail or call them. So that process was fascinating to me, and I remember it was also expensive during that time.
I was curious about this industry. At the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, my grandmother had the telephone switch of the town at home. So she was in charge of routing all calls day and night and recording these CDRs in a piece of paper. So being part of the industry and see the progresses in technology and processes, for me, it's a privilege.
Actually, it was a possibility to travel around different places. It wasn't that much the beauty of the telecommunications. It was that. Then when I started working in BTS, and the more you learn, the more you like the things.
I think that female representation in this industry is still quite low, especially in leadership positions. So I think that we still have a long way to go in terms of achieving full equality in representation.
I think yes and no. I mean, you get to see in a lot of companies and also in conferences and shows a lot of women, but the problem is that you don't get to see them in positions of power. I think we need to work on that. I'm reading a book by Linda Scott that is called the Double X economy, and she wrote about a study that they made in companies in UK, and they saw that the companies that has at least 30% of women in the position of power have some better results at the end of the year.
In my experience, I felt my managers along the way have trust me a lot and have given me opportunities. So I don't feel like my experience is biased based on my gender. But definitely I think there are some situations, positions, or probably the salary is something that is still like there is still a gap that we need to cover.
No, I don't think there's equitable gender representation in these positions that require technical background. And much less in those leadership roles. But this lack of female presence is remarkable at the educational level. And probably because of this lack of opportunities and references. So we are missing a valuable talent if we fail to motivate half of students.
Definitely there's been an evolution and we get to see more and more women in the industry in very different positions, which is incredibly great for all of us and for the industry itself. So yes, there's an evolution and an improvement, obviously.
The last selection process that we carried out last year concluded with hiring two very qualified women that are still with us. So of course there have been progresses, but I think there's still a long way to go to break the ceiling glass and to stop suffering from this imposter syndrome that's stuck to us on every professional achievement.
I think so, yes, and I'm very optimistic about that. I think the more and more companies are realizing that we're a value asset in higher positions. So.
I do think so, but I also feel that in certain cultures it has advanced more than others. So the cultural component has also an impact.
To be self-confident and eager to learn new things and face new challenges, and don't be afraid of asking questions and make yourself heard.
Never stop improving your skills, believe in yourself and your abilities, be persistent, keep your curiosity and critical thinking alive.
First of all, read not only for hobby, but read to learn, read to get updated, especially in this industry that that everything is changing so fast, so you need to read. And I would love to say don't get frustrated, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. So use that frustration to motivate you.
To dare to ask, to dare to try, to dare to go for experiences she thinks she can take care of. Experience is something you earn along the way, and every failure is a lesson. So don't be shy to go for what you want. Telecom and technical industry is changing so fast. If you're starting to study this kind of science, I would just say that don't worry, because later maybe you can change. It covers so many areas, it touches so many areas. So maybe you will see later that's something that fascinates you more, or something you can apply the technology you're studying on right now.
I'm gonna start with Mamen Perez, which works with me in BTS. And when I started working in BTS, it was my supervisor in the NOC. And I think she's a really, really smart woman, and she had a lot of patience. And yeah, for me, that was the first role model that I had in the company. To mention other woman in telco, I would say Eva María Jimenez from Telefonica, and also Katia Gonzalez from Bics. I just met them last year, and they are like, wow.
No one that I follow specifically, but I definitely met other women in leading positions in other companies, and that itself inspires you or gives you the visibility of the possibility of women occupying important positions.
Well, I would say Lacarra from Telefonica, and any of my colleagues here in BTS that are giving excellence to their areas with their effort and dedication.
I would name Katia Gonzalez from Bics. I think that she's a great inspiration for all of us because of her leadership skills and her many accomplishments. And I would also mention Blanca Lasheras from BTS, who is a great inspiration within our own company. Both are very good references for all of us.